Good morning, all. In the previous audio clip, I was discussing the different speech organs involved in the production of speech sounds. So, as you all know, certain organs in our body are helpful or are involved in producing or articulating our sounds in the form of speech, and those organs are technically referred to as the organs of speech or the vocal organs. So these different organs work in different ways to produce speech sounds. You see, speech sounds have their origins in the airstream emanating from the lungs. And from there, this airstream is modified by the throat and the mouth parts until it is out through our lips. So, we can conclude by saying that the organs of speech can be broadly classified into three systems. First one is the respiratory system, second is the phonatory system, and the third one is the articulatory system. The respiratory system is mainly comprised of the lungs, the muscles of the chest, and the windpipe. Lungs, as we all know, is a major source of energy, releasing air which undergoes modification at different stages. They are in fact spongy bodies made of small sacs, and they are connected to the trachea by two large tubes. And it is through the trachea that the air that we breathe out passes out into the external atmosphere. And it is air that we breathe out from the lungs, that is what is technically termed the pulmonic egressive airstream. That is the basis of almost all speech sounds. So that is all about the respiratory system. Now, when we talk about the phonatory system, we have to keep in mind one important speech organ, namely the larynx, L-A-R-Y-N-X. Larynx, which is also called the Adam's apple. So, this larynx is colloquially known as voice box because it is a box-like structure which is located in front of our throat. You will sense a slight protrusion over there. And it is inside the larynx that we have the most important speech organ, namely the vocal cords. So, what are vocal cords? So, under the phonatory system, you have the larynx, and it is within the larynx that you come across the vocal cords. Now, what are vocal cords? Vocal cords are a pair of lip-like structure situated horizontally from front to back. So they are a pair of lip-like structure situated horizontally from front to back. And you find it is a kind of an elastic kind of structure. So much so that these vocal cords can either be brought together or they can be separated. So it is in the shape of our lips. And these vocal cords play a major role in the production of speech sounds. And when we talk about the vocal cords, we also have to take into consideration yet another important technical term, namely glottis, Glottis. What is glottis? What is meant by glottis? So vocal cords, as I told you, are a pair of lip-like structure, an elastic lip-like structure which are positioned in a horizontal manner from front to back. They are in fact attached in the front and they are separated at the back. And you find an opening in between these two lip-like structures. And the opening between them, the opening that is created by drawing the vocal cords apart, is what is technically called glottis. So, when the glottis is shut completely, you see, glottis can either be in an open state or it can be in a closed state. So, when the glottis is shut completely, when it is closed completely, what happens to the air that tries to go out? When the glottis is closed completely, what happens is that the pressure caused by the airstream causes the vocal cords to vibrate. And such sounds accompanied by the vibration of the vocal cords, because there is not much space left in between the glottis. So that will naturally cause the vocal cords to vibrate. Such sounds which are produced with the vibration of the vocal cords are called voiced sounds, or simply voice, V-O-I-C-E. And you can in fact sense the vocal cords, the vibration of the vocal cords, by touching the Adam's apple or by holding our palms gently over our ears. We could hear a buzz sound when we produce or when we articulate a voiced sound. What about the voiceless sounds? Just the opposite of voice sounds. So, glottis, when it is found in an open state in the sense when they are wide apart, so much so that there is much space left in between, then such sounds are produced without much causing much vibration to the vocal cords. Such sounds are called voiceless sounds. Sounds produced without the vibration of the vocal cords, because in their production we will find that the airstream passes out freely without causing much disturbance or vibration to the vocal cords. And such sounds are called voiceless sounds. And in English RP, in English received pronunciation, we have only 9 voiceless sounds, and those 9 sounds are consonants: p, t, k, ch, f, t, s, sh, and h. Only 9 sounds which are consonants are voiceless in English RP. So next, what happens to the sound? So that is all about the phonatory system. So just to recapitulate what I have already told you, you see, under the phonatory system you have the larynx, and the larynx is colloquially known as voice box, and inside the larynx you have the most important speech organ, namely the vocal cords. Vocal cords are a pair of lip-like structure which has an opening between them, which is called glottis, and the glottis is found in mainly in 2 positions, either in an open state or in a closed state. When glottis is in an open state, you will find the production of you will notice the production of voiceless sounds, and when it is in a closed or a pressed state, you will come across the production of voiced sounds. So next we pass on to the articulatory system, which is more important from the point of view of us phoneticians. What is articulatory system? The air passes out. It undergoes modification at different stages of its production. Then only after that it will come out through our lips. So under the articulatory system, you have so many speech organs. They are mainly 5 in number. One is, of course, the nose. The second one is the roof of the mouth, which is technically called palate, P-A-L-A-T-E. Then the tongue, teeth, and the lips. So these are the 5 main important speech organs that are covered under the articulatory system. Nose, as we all know, we are all familiar with. It comes under the nose is technically covered under the nasal cavity. We can either produce sounds either through our nose or through our lips. When sounds are produced through speech sounds come out or emanate out of our nose, they are referred to as nasal sounds, whereas the majority of our speech sounds come out through our lips or our oral cavity, or they are technically called oral sounds. Nasal sounds are only 3 in number. They are m, n, ng, whereas the rest are oral sounds. So articulatory system can be broadly classified into oral cavity and nasal cavity. Under the nasal cavity, you have the most important speech organ, namely the nose. And under the oral cavity, you have the roof of the mouth, tongue, teeth, and lips.